later.
I think we got to do another segment where we say it because maybe you don't know, but we say this thing where like we're locked in. And we just go Where you at?
Locked in.
This is a certified hood classic. Fuel up.
Oh, wow. Look who it is. Look who it is. I don't know why you're laughing. This is the first time I've ever seen them in my life. What's going on, y'all? What's going on?
I don't know who these people are.
Don't
they
know
can
who
walk
these
down the
people are.
street and I never even know who they are. Pass me by.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of Fuel Up. It's your host, Jeff. Back here for another episode. Same locks.
Back again.
Same room. And same co-host. We got Trey, top notch in the building. Let's go.
What's up? What's up? Hey, yo, what's good? What's good? Lily, what's good, baby? I see you over there. Don't worry. Jeff want to be a hater, but it's all right. It's all love.
I don't know what you're talking about. But hey, ladies and gentlemen, you already know what it is. It's Fuel Up, a podcast for creators, by a creator. And actually, I got to switch that by creators now because we got plenty of creators coming up through here.
Crazy creators.
And it's crazy because you're maybe watching this or maybe listening to this, but I don't know if you rated this 5 stars. So do yourself a favor. 5 stars on Apple Podcasts.
Get your ass up.
I heard some people say, I can't do it on Spotify. You can now. So rate it 5 stars on Spotify.
Top five.
And if you're on any other DSP, do the same thing by rating it 5 stars, giving it a thumbs up, or going to Spotify, one of the big boys, and sharing it on Instagram. But
exactly. Also, Apple Podcasts. Look, it don't get enough love. All right, I love Spotify, and Spotify give us money. But you know what I'm saying? Apple Podcasts. I fuck with Apple Podcasts too.
I do too.
That's the only way I can use it right now. I got Apple Music. So
Ted Cook. You got my number. Actually, you don't because I have a Galaxy. But
do better.
But hey, you know what? It's crazy. It's crazy, Trey.
What's crazy?
It seems like someone is doing a thing at the Fuel Up podcast team because it just seems like we keep getting greatness after greatness after greatness, touching
hit after hit after hit
the couch. And today is no different. We are here with somebody who is extraordinary fire at his craft, but it's not for me to explain it. It's for Trey too. So Trey, who do we have on the couch?
Man, it's crazy. It's like deja vu or something. Anyway, yo, I got to show love to my OG and mentor. All right. This man has done amazing work with amazing people. But like we got a Chef Mac. We got, you can shoot the gun for that one.
Donna?
Wait, did you say Donna? And then
You know I don't do the sound. That's Donna in the back.
Oh, yeah. Okay, you're right.
Donna, can I get some gun shots?
Okay, cool. A little louder, Donna. A little louder. There we go. Yeah, I wanted to sound like we real life in East Atlanta with this shit. Anyway, there you go.
Donna, calm down.
Yo, I love the
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, like on that soundboard, she's a monster. Anyways, we got Chef Mac, we got Afro Punk, like the literal festival, which was lit as fuck. We got motherfucking Chrisette Michelle. We got Bootsy. All I'm going to say at the end of the day is you got to make sure when you listen to this podcast, you go and book this motherfucker, or Jetpack Jeff, of course. But come on. But for real, we got to show love to the homie Daryl.
Yo.
AKA GFather producer.
Yes, sir. Daryl, GFather. Which, by the way, you call him GFa.
Well,
which is like the coolest nickname for GFather I've ever heard. Yeah. I never thought of putting that, but GFa. I'm gonna call him GFa. That's the coolest.
I mean, it sounds like some like real. With it. Yeah, like don't it sound like some like enlightened shit? Like,
GFa, how are you feeling today, man?
I'm feeling lovely, man. I'm blessed, alive. I'm grateful to be here.
Another man of locks on the couch, and it seems like this is the most unique one I've ever seen. I thought I was fine. I'm not gonna lie. I thought I was fine. I thought I did something when in college. I got the sides cut. I mean, it never was there. But this man has the coolest locks I've ever seen.
For real.
I appreciate that.
We're gonna unpack that later.
I think we got to do another segment where we say it because maybe you don't know, but we say this thing where like we're locked in. And we just go Where you at?
We're locked in.
But ladies and gentlemen, you know what it is. We can't get the Fuel Up podcast started unless we get fueled up. So,
of course,
as per usual, we have a podcast with the mix, and this I've been waiting for this one for a while. I'm not gonna lie to you. Guys, shout out to a couple of people. I don't know what you're talking about, but hey, I'm just gonna play this in a little bit. You might not know. You might know who this is. Ladies and gentlemen, you're listening to the Field Up. By the way, it's Anderson Beck. Come on, get out the rock. Come on out.
I'm on, till we get in the mood. Still I'm ready if I don't go. Baby girl, I'm still on and on. Since I popped out the hole. Still I'm ready if I don't go. I'm naked down in my socks. Bitch, I'm empty Nikitas. All the charm and I got. Put that right to your sneezers. Ride around on my block. VTA 2K tease it. Fuck the police. Okay, back to my thesis.
You know I gotta stop you. My bad. Donna, come on, fix it.
Yeah, come on now, Donna.
Now, and listen, you know who I got this from?
Who?
You know who I got this from? I asked you.
Yeah.
It was my boy Ali.
Yeah. Shout out to the boy Ali.
Ali. Here's another gem. You're welcome. Still listening to Feel Up.
You niggas acting like golders. You say hating defender. I stay on P's and Q's since the top of my sentence, and I'm ready. I don't go. I'm ready. Don't go. Motherfucker, I'm ready.
My God, Jesus Christ, that's crazy. It's like It's like we have good music on here or something. It's like it's a podcast or something.
You know, it's crazy. It's almost like Spotify. It's like one of Spotify.
Who?
Like Spotify.
That's crazy. I don't know. I was streaming off that, but anyway, listen. I got another one for you. SIR. You know what that spells. You know who he's at. You know he's not the Lock gang member.
Yeah.
Let me play this for you real quick.
Never had a problem that I couldn't solve. It must be official if I get involved. Quarter pound of fire burning daily. Harder to remember, getting harder to remember. I've been through enough to drive me crazy. I don't think my mama's gonna save me. Maybe I'm not flying, but I'm floating. If we're not headed to the top, where we going? 2 miles an hour, can you picture me rolling? Cause life is so much better when you live it slow.
Damn, son, where'd you find this?
What they know about that, man?
They probably know nothing.
Like one spliff a day will keep the evil away.
I'm not gonna lie. It took me a while to click. Took me a while to click this because I was like, the evil. I was like,
Nah, for real, it's fire. And I really don't know how to pronounce the name. I don't know if it's Sire or Sir.
It's Sir, definitely Sir.
If it's Sir,
shout out to
I met him actually.
I heard he's a little famous. But D Smoke though, D Smoke, his brother, that man fire, goddamn. Let's listen to his upcoming brother, Sir.
You see the company I'm keeping now. Feeling like I'm dreaming, I keep feeling like I'm dreaming. Don't come around if you don't be around. I've been the man, you believe me now. Maybe I'm not flying, but I'm floating. If we're not headed to the top, where we going? 2 miles an hour, can you picture me rolling? Cause life is so much better when you live in slow motion.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You ain't know this. The Evil's by Sir. But this last one, that's crazy. I don't know what that is. This last one, Trey. No one knows this was gonna drop. No one, not even the man who freaking I talked to about this song, got it early and
really,
and yeah, this one.
You getting early releases now?
Hey, shout out to everyone who sent me unreleased music. Hey,
I ain't never sending you unreleased stuff no more.
Yeah, that's messed up. But anyway,
come on.
This one is actually released now. We all actually know it now, and it deserves a grand introduction because this is a grand man.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna say nothing.
I mean, just know if it's up.
I'm just gonna play the play button on whatever DSP this is. It's not Spotify. Or is it? I don't know.
Hey to all the lovers out there listening right now on 106 FM radio for your smooth.
Lucid Jason is on the pod. Let's get it.
Shout out Kenny.
Should be out there, and you want to be with that special person. Well, right now you can listen to this new hit by Oliver Doe called I Will, produced by Lucid Jason. Get your hot cocoa and get all cozy when we listen to the new hit. Say that you never leave, and will you be here with me? Come my way. Say that you never leave. you be here with me? Come my way. Friday night just got paid. I'm about to call on my girls. About to get my dress on for you. Pulling up to the joint, link up, don't have me wake up. Come through if you really know what's up. So just get on.
Now, you know.
Shout out Olawado.
You know that Jason had to do his thing on this.
Yeah.
He be acting like he's not fire, but he's super
fire as fuck.
Yeah, for real.
Hidden gems for real.
Hidden gems. You are welcome.
We love you, Lucy. We love you, Olawa.
And some more of I Will.
Say that you never leave. Oh, will you be here with me? Come my way. Say that you never leave. Oh, will you be here with me? Come my way. Saturday on the road. Yeah, before we get told. Trying to get all my time with you. Rolling up to the club, get lit, about to get drunk. Spilling my sober heart to you. So just get on. Don't be long. Come my way. So just get on. Don't be long. Come my way.
All right. That's all you get for free. That's all you get for free. I probably would get in trouble for playing that part without talking over it for so long, but I don't care. I don't care. Ladies and gentlemen, you already know what it is. It was Sir with The Evils, Anderson .Paak featuring Sir with All Right Already, and Lucid Jason. I don't know how to pronounce his name. Olawado, who shout out to her. We saw her the other Wednesday night. And Not Sir on a song called I Will.
And Not Sir.
Yeah.
I'm done.
When you add those to your playlist, you know, you're welcome.
Top five.
But as we have this podcast and as we're getting started, we have, like I said, a genius on the pod who has been staying silent, but no more.
No more silence.
We're gonna get into talk a little bit because GFa's on the pod. But we'll talk to him after.
We gotta pay these bills.
After this commercial break. I'll see you after this commercial break, all right?
We gotta pay these bills.
You listening to
Lily, you already know what's up, girl. I got the ones on deck, baby.
I know this man did not just cut my commercial break to talk to that girl.
You got a problem
Who
with
is that?
Lily is a bad bitch, bro. You need to represent. What you talking about?
You're listening to Fuel Up. I'll see you after this commercial break. Lily, what the? Oh, wow. You're still here? What's going on? How was this commercials? Amazing? Well, thank you. I appreciate that.
You're still here? Ferris Bueller head.
I will restart this whole pod. I restart
swear
this
to
whole
God.
pod.
No, the fact that you stopped it because I was shouting out my girl. You got.
By the way, thank you for listening to this pod on any other DSP or watching this on YouTube. Drums, Stolen Drums, which you've probably seen this episode already. Named the woman behind the camera, Lithonia.
Now he named it a whole.
Who the hell is Lily?
Lily is her nickname. Lithonia is a long name.
Shake your head if your name is. She already saying no.
She already said yes.
She already saying no.
I feel like.
Who are you looking at?
I'm looking at her.
That's not her. That's a dude.
That's not a dude.
Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, we are
I'm
back.
about sick of you disrespecting. Last week you said she looked like Zinedine Zidane, and that's not true.
I definitely want to come up with that joke.
Yes, you did.
We're disrespecting our guests. Ladies and gentlemen, Daryl is in the building, a.k.a. GFa or
GFather producer.
Now, GFa, what's going on?
Not much, man. Everything's good.
I'm sorry we're hitting you with all this outside rhetoric. There's real people behind. You can confirm there's actual real people we're talking to.
Yeah.
But this podcast is not them. It's about creators. And you are one of the ones to watch because of how vast of the stuff that you know. So
ridiculous knowledge.
There's a lot to learn about you. Besides the locks, How in the world did you get into this world of production and video that you
Tell us your
seem
origin.
to love?
Man, you know what? I have a pretty big background in music. So I was actually a music producer. That's what brought me to Atlanta.
Really? Where you from?
I'm from Memphis, Tennessee. Yo.
Bow, bow, bow. Y'all winning right now. I love the Grizzlies, man.
Oh, yeah, man, we doing good, man. We
Big
doing
John's
good.
on point.
But you know, I've always been in music, man. First check I ever got, spending on music equipment. Loved it. Came out here after college to pursue a career in music production. Picked up a camera to document myself more professionally, and eventually that turned into a passion. It overtook.
That's
it overtook, man. Yo.
That's dope as shit.
Now, when it comes to video, now you are definitely someone who's, I don't know how easy it would be for you to turn back now with all the equipment that you've shown us on Instagram and even in person right now. You are very heavily invested into this thing. And what got you to where you were as the young dude who came here to Atlanta versus the person you are now?
I'll say the biggest thing I learned is not putting, how can I say this? Only having a plan A. I say that.
Uh-huh.
So when
Oh shit, the Will Smith.
so that's it's like you're all in or not. So when I saw the opportunities I was getting with the camera, and I was looking at the opportunities I was getting with the music, and I was a pretty good producer. I was like, man, like I want this thing to make sense. And I was seeing that was people paying me, flying me out. I'm all across. It's pre-COVID. Going all across the country, paid gigs, and I was like, yo, like I think this is it. And I want to see what happens if I put all my eggs in this basket and see what happens. And sold all my gear, and here I am. I don't regret it.
Wow.
I love that. Hey, wait, I just realized something since you just said that. You know we're back into the era now. We have an era. Like, you know how they used to have the BC era and then the AC era? We literally in the BC AC era, before COVID, after COVID.
We definitely are.
That's fucking crazy.
Technically, and we're technically not out of it. Isn't that crazy?
No, we're not.
Right.
That's what I'm like. This is after COVID hours now. This is literally.
Is it after? Is it after? Depends on where you are.
Yeah,
Depends on where you are.
Tune into the new documentary, Surviving COVID in 2022.
But getting back into you though, let's see. So that's crazy. One thing I really want to know though, there's a point, at least for me, that I thought was so interesting that when I got into it, people would tell me, "Yeah, this is what I do full time now. Now this is what I do full time." There was a couple people. I was like, "Really?" And now I'm not. It's nice enough now that recently I've been one of those people. Shout out to me for being someone who can make money off of this and actually pay some bills. So what was the click or the job or whatever for you that was like, nah, this is what I'm doing and this is gonna be how
Like, when did the
take care of myself?
entrepreneurship start? Is what you're asking?
No, more so. Yeah, sure. Yeah, the entrepreneur. So, but I'm not so caught up on the money. I'm more so caught up on this is who I am to support myself.
But the job I had, I was not making a lot of money at all. Tell people all the time, making like $11 an hour, working like 60 hours a week. I was living off overtime.
That'd be the bullshit.
And the amount of money I could make in just a short amount of time compared to how much time I was putting into my job, things just didn't make sense.
There was not one job. It was like, oh, this is the one that's gonna make me the last time I'm working a normal job.
Yep. As far as like,
When was your like fuck it moment? Was it that job or was it a day? Like you were at.
I mean, I think it was I think at one point, I just started just having faith, man. I was looking at the opportunities and the money I was making. I was like, man, this can really work. Like I can really do this shit. You know what I'm saying? And I believed it. And eventually, I stuck with the plan. A shift happens when you really want to do this shit. I'll say that. So you start thinking like, okay, I gotta operate this thing like a business. Let me get legally formed by the state. Let me get a business bank account. Let me pay taxes.
Shit.
You know what I'm saying? Right.
You gonna have to drop some tax gems later on, man.
No, not the tax gems. Not to throw some stuff on. You know what scared me a lot too,
What's up?
getting into this?
What?
Trey, when you have to do your taxes as a self-proprietor or a business, holy gee, isn't that's probably
It's
the
enough
scariest
to make
thing.
you like to make a grown man cry.
Yeah, it's like,
Especially when you don't
do I
know
want to do this full time and actually pay them?
Boy.
That's a scary little thing.
And when you have to like know your shit, like I'm gonna keep it real. we gonna talk about this. Actually, real talk. Like, you gave me information about what people don't think about when having to do taxes as the independent and as a solo business. Like, you were saying, I think you were like, people were just talking about, oh, I made this in my net. This is my net. This is my net. And then you were like, yeah, but you're not thinking about, and I think what were you saying exactly?
So
because this is really good content information, especially for people who own their own businesses and are looking into this. Because it's that season. It's the damn season.
I'll tell you like this. I had to shift my mindset from hustling to a businessman. Mm-hmm. So when you hustling, you're not thinking about, you just chasing money. You know what I'm saying? You're not thinking about like why people are charging, even for photography, like $1,000.
Yeah.
It's like, why? Like, when you're not in that state of frame, you're just thinking like, yo, like, and certain people are like, yo, why do I pay him $1,000? But it's like, dude, you have to pay the business out of that, right? My business gets 35% out of whatever I charge. Uncle Sam got to get his, unless you want to go to jail for criminal tax evasion,
which he will do. He will audit you.
He will
don't think he won't audit you.
So you don't want to play them games.
Rule number 1: don't mess with the IRS.
Please don't. But you pay, you know what I'm saying? You pay the taxes or whatnot. That's 15%. Then you pay, take out profit, take out 5%. You don't have to do that, but if you take out your profit, you tuck it away at the end of the year, you have a nice little bonus. If you take away 5%.
Oh, I did not think about that. That's a nice little gem. Where is the gunshots, Donna? That's a good one. I did not think about that.
I'm telling you,
bonus as well.
Man's is full of gems. It's ridiculous.
So and then the rest, you keep for yourself. But if
Jared could never,
if you're a S corp, you have to legally pay yourself. So
S corp. Now what is that?
That's the structure of the company. So you be LLC, sole proprietor.
Oh,
yeah. So
S corp is one of those. Okay.
If you're S corp, you have to pay yourself. So when you pay yourself, just as anybody else, you got taxes gonna come out of your check. Get a W-2. So it's a lot that comes out. So it's like, yo, I have to be sure that I charge enough, not to get over on people, but so that I can provide a great service to my clients. I need money to reinvest in gear and all type of stuff. And I got a daughter and a wife, and I got to make enough to live, not struggle like I was doing at my last job I had.
Yeah.
So, and that's crazy. Like, you got into the legitimacy, the business factor of it all. A lot of times when we see people, or people I've met, they're on that hustle mindset. They're not on the business aspect. They're literally like, oh yeah, man, I do this video, man, slide me 500. And then, like, I don't get an invoice. I don't get none of that stuff. I just I gotta deposit this money via Cash App or in cash or Zelle it to you. And now, because Cash App's doing taxes, motherfuckers is getting scared. They literally be like, cash only. This is when you know they're a hustler instead of like a business person. They'll be like, nah, I only take cash.
That's one thing that I'm happy you said, because it dives into one thing: geography. So here in Atlanta, we're a little bit more advanced, funny enough, than my home, than where my home was in New York. Everyone is still paying cash, whether it's for Chinese food, whether it's for work or whatever. I don't get it. Let's change it. But here, where we do electronic stuff, how is the culture? I only brought that up for the culture. So how is the culture of where you're at and where you live and where you've been here in Atlanta changed how you do your thing, whether it's your style, your business, or whatever?
I mean, I say business wise, me seeing where my business can go, me understanding that the way I carry myself and my business, I'm going to attract a certain type of client. So if I want a client to pay me several $1,000s, people are not going to trust you if you don't have a website.
That is
so you do need a website. Another hidden gem. Get you a website. I got to do that.
Squarespace and Wix. This is not sponsored, but yeah.
Prime example, all the stuff going on in Russia, right? Russia blocked Instagram. So you got all these influencers. Everything's gone.
Yeah.
If you had a website, you have subscribers, and all that, you're still
it's
connected
a separate
to
domain.
Them, you know
too.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's your home. So need that, send out contracts, all that good stuff, you know what I'm saying, to protect yourself. So if a client don't pay you to try to stiff you or do anything crazy or whatnot, you know what I'm saying? And when people see how you present yourself, sort of like if you think about you're dating a chick, right? Mm-hmm. Do you need cologne? No, but if you did,
I'm about to say some people get away with cocoa butter only.
right? If you did, you're going to attract maybe a better female for your taste. You know what I'm saying?
Someone with some class.
If your hair is cut, if your retwist is done, you got locks. You know what I'm saying?
Shake 'em.
If your clothes are clean, you know what I'm saying? And that's the same way. So if you want to attract what I say like your ideal client, I have to be mindful of how my business is conducted. I don't want to get several $100s for shoes. You know what I'm saying? That ain't gonna work for me. So I gotta show up and show out. You know what I'm saying?
So basically, how you present yourself is the audience. You also have a target market audience you want to attract. Therefore,
Absolutely.
okay.
Can I tell you a story real quick?
What's up?
Short story. May have told it already. I think I may have told you in real life.
You probably have.
Shout out to April in the A, one of my videographer friends and photographer friends. She told me this a while ago. There's a person here in Atlanta who, and she was just saying this like to tell me to put my price up, right? She told me there's a person in Atlanta who only takes photos. This man takes photos of only dogs. So Donna's her target audience, not me. Maybe me to pay for Donna. But guess how much he charges an hour?
How much?
He charges $7.50 an hour. And I thought to myself, who the hell is paying $7.50 an hour to take pictures of dogs? But this dude, I checked them out. I'm not gonna lie, the photos,
They're on point.
they're fine. They're worth every single dollar that you pay for this guy.
Yeah.
I don't know about $7.50 personally for me. But,
I mean, hey, it works for him.
but while explaining that, she kind of was like, without saying it, saying, you're going to attract $7.50 an hour people if you put $7.50 as your rate and have the quality to back it up. So when you said that story, I guess as a creator around other creators, you can see the difference between you and what's a basic name for a production? I don't know. From the streets production. No offense to them. If there's a For the Streets production that's fire.
Let me tell you something.
But if you're filming,
literally, it's over like 1 million different photographers and videographers with Streets as their last name.
Really?
Yeah, like G Streets or Streets TV.
I didn't know that. I
Or
literally just
We
made
in
it
the
up.
Streets. Or
I'm not shooting nobody.
Yeah,
right?
street locals. You better be careful, boy, because it just like they in the streets, they'll pull up at the street. They'll be like,
But I see a lot of clients. They say, oh man, I gave this guy my stuff. He has an Instagram. I haven't seen the video for 6 months. Right?
Hear it all the time.
They got to steal though. They got to steal. They only paid the man $200. So I get it. I'm happy that you said that because that really played in my mind.
does that make you?
Oh my bad, it's my fault.
Oh, okay. Does that make you want to, in a sense, increase like your pricing in the future?
I always want to increase my price. Which, by the way, let's talk about that for a second. When you wanted to set your price for what you do, whatever your price is per client, there's always a funny way people do it. How do you do yours?
Oh, that's a good question.
Well, there's a couple of things I take into consideration. First off, we all have different expenses in our lives, right?
True.
So everybody don't have kids. I have a daughter. Daycare is not cheap. I have a wife. Wow.
Oh shoot, that's expensive
Wife,
too.
happy life.
I don't know which one's more expensive.
Dude, I have a 100-pound puppy Rottweiler. Who eats like
Nigga, that ain't a puppy,
40,
that's a
50
human.
pound. Dude, the guy eats a 50-pound dog food, like of dog food in a month.
Jesus.
But outside of that,
Donna can never.
Nigga, that's Lou Ferrigno.
Right.
That ain't no dog.
but outside of that, you know what I'm saying? You gotta have your own personal stuff as well. Like I have to look good. I gotta get my hair cut and do all these other different type of things as well.
Which is an investment, y'all.
Yep, it's an investment.
Yeah. Investments
And-
in your hygiene is investments in yourself.
But then you gotta think about like with videography, things are every job is not the same. So every job doesn't require the same amount of equipment. Do we need a drone for the job? Do we need a gimbal for the job? Do we need 2 cameras? What type of lenses? So I priced out all the equipment I own. I looked at what the going rental rate is for it, so I know what to charge the client. Cause they don't have access to this gear. You're not gonna spend $10,000, $15,000, $20,000 on equipment. So I'm giving you access for my skill and my gear at a discounted rate, right? So you can hire me for it. So I price out everything. So what I use, I got a rate sheet.
So do
if
you
they
do
need
a finder's fee for everything too?
a finder's fee?
Yeah, like Since you're finding this shit and you're renting it, do you also charge?
Well, I own. So this is only for the gear that I own. So
Okay.
I own a lot of gear.
Yeah,
so
Not renting out.
I say 95% of jobs, I have the gear to get it done.
Okay.
You know what I'm
Okay,
saying?
that
So,
makes more sense.
Lighting, all of this stuff, whatever I need, I literally dock it, put it down. And that's in the contract as well, so they see what they're paying for. You know what I'm saying? Do that. You got to think about taxes and all this stuff as well. And then you have you got to, for yourself. Because sometimes you may get hired just as a camera op. What's your price for that? Now you have to think about where you are. You can't just be out here. You have to take a real honest assessment of your ability. You know what I'm saying? And I know there's areas where I'm strong in. I know there's areas where I'm not. In areas that I'm not going to try to hide that. I want to strengthen it so it makes me better, so I can command a higher price. Where some of these people that are speaking on stages, like Brene Brown, getting $100,000.
My boy is dropping
saying?
gems. It's ridiculous.
Now here's one of my last one. I'm gonna turn it to you, Trey.
Yeah.
Well, now that you've had this career go on for however long, what do you see that your ultimate goal, at least for right now, that you want to be at?
I'll say my ultimate goal right now is I'll say it sticks to this. It's not about, for me, it's not about the awards or the money. It's about the impact.
Okay.
And being in Atlanta, I have the opportunity to work with primarily black people.
Yeah.
And it's a great experience. I can say it's not too many, there's stereotypes around black businesses and all this stuff. And
Yeah.
I can say that my overall experience here, black people allow me to be an entrepreneur. And that's dope as fuck.
That is
That
fire.
is dope as fuck.
So,
And shouts out to you for,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
So like, I want to be sure to use my gift and my skill to impact our culture in a positive way. I feel like there's certain powers that be that don't present us in our best light. So I want to be sure that anybody I create content for, whoever hires me, I want to be sure that I'm driving the other side of black people that you typically don't see in society. You know what I'm saying?
Spoken like a true TED Talk. I love it so much.
I love that. That is actually really dope. And like, that's one of the reasons why, like, one, I got to say this because I feel like I was reading something the other day. It was a little post. It said people really don't know how good a job they do until you give them their credit for it, or you say one simple thing that will really change your impact. First off, I got to tell you, I'm proud of you.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
I'm proud of your hard work. I'm proud of your crowning achievements, and I'm proud of what you're going to do in the future. More importantly, I'm proud to call you a mentor and an OG to this game because you've been in it how many years so far?
First picked up my camera, it seemed like not too long ago, almost 7 years, I believe.
Not too long ago,
yeah.
7 years ago. Man, got too many skills. That's crazy.
No, like real talk though. Like one thing that me and Jeff have done in the past, and just in general with people, is we got to give them their flowers.
Nice.
I've watched you work your ass off. Been in actually 2 or 3 of your with your clients and how you handle it, how you talk to them, the things need, specified stuff, how communicative you are. Like I've watched how you handle your clients, and it helped me get clients because of just watching that.
Appreciate that.
Yeah, no, for real. Like honestly, if we didn't have people like yourself, and another thing is you're not afraid to, you're not a type of person where I feel like you're not opportunistic. And that is such a, literally that is such a change of pace that people don't understand. You're very humbling and you're very respectful. And on top of that, you're very genuine. And a lot of people don't get that because in this game, it's a very competitive market. It just is. Most stuff that you get invested in is a competitive market. Whether you're a gamer, there's competitive gaming. Whether you're a videographer, there's a competitive market for people on pricing. Whether you're a photographer, competitive market. Hell, you can be somebody that's like, man, I sell shirts and just white t-shirts. There's a competition for that. Where the motherfucker's like, well, I got cheaper shirts. What's yours? $5? Mine's $3.
You know what though, Trey?
Yeah.
You know what? It's only saturated at the bottom.
Thank you. Hold up. Give me this motherfucking shot. That's what I'm talking about. I've been saying this.
That's like
Donna,
if you
calm down with the
think about Earth, right?
Mm-hmm.
most organisms live on the land. Now we start going up in the sky.
Yeah.
How many organisms live that like they high up in the stratosphere? You know what I'm saying?
Come on, man.
Hey, you playing her music? Yeah.
It's not saturated up there.
Man, you know what? You're right. You know who else said that? Not to discredit what you just said, but I did hear that. And guess what? Motion picture. I think Quentin Tarantino said that. He was like, "How do you feel about YouTubers doing video just as well?" They're like, "Let's be real, they're not me." I was like, "Oh my god, that's crazy." And you're right.
Nah, for
there's
real.
not many you. There will never be many you. And if they are, they're still not you. You did it your way. You edit your way. You color grade your way. And not to mention, you're still you.
Exactly. That's the uniqueness we love to see. And we gonna talk more about it. But you already know what we got to do, Jeff.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got to pay bills.
We got to pay the bills.
Now, listen, this is the only podcast where you're going to get it like this. And listen, we definitely had no bottom.
Exactly.
You're at the top. And at the top,
Exactly.
you got to pay bills. So,
We got to go fuel up real quick.
So, I'll see you after this commercial break. I'll see you at the top. What's going on? It's wow. It's like y'all don't want to leave. It's like you like the pod. Okay, I appreciate it.
It's kind of like it's wild. It's like they got fueled up or something.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's like that thing did it. It's like the thing in the beginning, fueled them up. It's crazy.
Literally.
I like that podcast, by the way. Ladies and gentlemen, you already know what it is. It's Fuel Up. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. We're here with
Yes, sir.
Gifa.
Yes, ma'am.
He's on the couch. And, we have a special opportunity to talk to someone who is very good at their field. But it begs the question, why did you get into this field? And matter of fact, we already kind of glossed over that, but what got you into pictures, motion pictures? Because someone like me and you and Trey, who do pictures and video, sometimes got to lean towards one or the other.
I mean, I predominantly lean towards picture. Photography is my specialty.
And I love video and not stills as much. So for you, I know you've done both. But it seems like you move more towards video. So why is that? What made you go into the pictures, motion pictures?
And it sounds crazy, but honestly, I knew that it was going to be the more challenging path, I would say. With photography, I won't say it doesn't require a team. I say on the higher end stuff, it does require a team. But with video, man, you have so many obstacles. You got gear matters.
Gear matters heavy in video production.
So you gotta have the gear. You gotta have the team. Gotta have the skill. There's so many things, and I was like, man, like I'm that guy. Like during the gold rush, you had everybody going to California to get gold. I be the guy like selling shovels. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I want to be that guy that I'm not sure this kind of in and out.
It might be the XLRs. Trying to adjust it.
Donna, fix that for me, please.
Right. I want to be the guy that's out there selling shovels. Everybody needs a shovel. Everybody not gonna find gold.
Now the gold you saying must be YouTube, Vimeo, and Instagram. I'm guessing, and TikTok. Is that the gold you're talking about?
Yeah, it's sort of like, do you want to own a Lamborghini, or do you want to, or do you want to own a gas company? That car needs. Every car needs gas. Every car. I'm a gas. You know what I'm saying? So with social media and just the culture that we're in now, there's content is something that everybody needs.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm the guy that no matter what product or service you have, I'm like, I don't want to say the gatekeeper, but that's, if you want to present yourself to the highest level,
yeah,
you need to present yourself to the highest quality. So
basically, bro's like, I'm the gas company, and I gotta show you why.
I
like that.
The world is turning into video monsters.
Yeah, it is.
And if I hear another person talk about how that you can start right now, bro. The iPhone has 4K. We get it. We get it. Hit the what thing? What thing?
Our music. The doom.
Oh yeah, no, hold on, no, I'll do that later.
You'll do it later. Okay,
yeah, but
we'll do it later.
That's a number one trope that I kind of hate because, like you said, you actually that's very smart of you to say that you're going into video because everyone's going into video. But one of the things that's kind of funny is that everyone just keeps saying, "Hey, I don't need all that. Like my iPhone got 4K, right?" Like, don't you discredit my fucking camera, bro?
No,
don't you discredit my shit?
And I used to get so annoyed by that because I spent money on my shit, and I can definitely get more into video because I will say this: I think it was more like you guys predominantly video production and video, but you can do photography if you ever needed to. I'm more photography based, but I can do video if I ever needed to. I will definitely say this: I leave the shit to the pros in that area. Why anybody is like, oh, you have somebody that can do video and stuff? I'd be like, well, I'm a photographer, but I know somebody can do video.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'll push myself and be like, oh, hey, I can record this little thing here. It's gonna be raw as fuck and unedited, but I know some people.
Yeah.
That way, when I do that and I present it that way, then they see the cost of all of that, and then they look at me and be like, well, damn, I'm not gonna lie to you. I might just need the photography, and they're willing to pay that price too. Not saying that I use that or abuse that to my advantage, but trust me, there's a reason why the market is so oversaturated at the bottom that they don't know what it's like to get it from the top.
GFather, did you like it as a kid or like maybe a teenager? Were you into video at all?
Actually was. I was. My mom won a camcorder at her job. You know how companies have like the little parties or whatnot. She won a camcorder, and I remember me and my friends. I'm a car guy. I'm into cars. I love cars, and we was doing stuff to our cars. And I remember I would gather all my friends up, and we would I would film them in their cars and do these cooler videos. I still got them on my Facebook page.
Hey.
Actually, Yo.
That's fire.
Yo.
That's cool. So you got the vintage up there. That's
I
really
got
dope.
it. I got
The
it.
vintage.
The vintage, you know?
That's funny that 10-year-old video is now vintage. That's disgusting.
It really is. Like movies that we used to love growing up too are vintage. Like Finding
That
Nemo
makes
is officially
sense.
vintage now.
But you're
That's
telling
crazy.
me that Darren may have been filming on an LG Motion back, and that thing it's funny.
Man,
It's
I
wait,
think it was a
so-
Sony. I believe it was a Sony
was a Sony.
camcorder.
Shout out
Yep.
Sony gang.
Right.
Sony, give us money. Hold up, turn that music down. Sony, give us money. I'm so serious. Like it's time. Y'all need to fuck with us. Come on.
It's funny because that was me on the LG Motion. That I thought I was doing something. I was like, yo, this has 8 megapixels. Yo, don't talk to me nice.
Hey, yo.
Talk to me nice.
Yo.
No, it wasn't even 8. It was 5. It was
even
5
hearing-
megapixels. 5 megapixels. For
hearing
the
the
people that don't know what
single
that is, don't worry about it. It's not that big a deal. But our cameras have like 12 now, so like it's crazy that now that footage now back in the day probably is gonna
Boy.
look super outdated. But like
Hearing single digit megapixels still fucks with me because I'm like, oh god.
I don't think I even look at that. Do you look at that? Gifa, do you look at like, oh, I'm about to get this new camera. I wonder how much megapixel it has.
I definitely do.
I mean, I think megapixels only matter more so for photography.
yeah, I definitely do.
I think the A7S III is only a 12.1 megapixel camera, and a guy on YouTube actually took a camera. He took a Sony that was made for photography,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
and he took the A7S III. He took the exact same photo of both, and blew them up. And he had people guess which one was which, and so many people got it wrong.
Wow.
Some people got it wrong.
So it kind of doesn't matter.
Which actually, that's the reason why I got an AC. I will say right now, it made a very big difference. I had to choose between, because at first I was about to get the A7 III something. I forgot. Is it 2 now? I think they're on 2 now.
But the 4 is the newest one.
The 4?
So you have the A7R2,
2,
the
3, and 4?
A7R3. Yep.
Okay, so I wanted to get an R4, and it was a little bit more expensive, and I had the money for either one. I could have got both. I really was like, do I want the A7 III? Because really, it's simple. It was just, from the 4K stance, from the native to what the lighting is like, which one is more low, which one's high.
By the way, for the songwriters and muralists that listen, I'm sorry. I'm sorry you're not into the cameras. This is just
content creation.
I know there's a songwriting right now. Like, bro, what the fuck are y'all talking about? What is a R?
They
what?
actually should know this though. Because
No, they probably won't.
From an artist standpoint, I am an artist, so I can say this from an artist standpoint.
No, I'm saying, listen. If
Yeah.
I'm a songwriter listening to this, unfortunately, this bag is something that might go over your head, but
not
it's important
really,
for-
because it's important for them to know what they're paying for. It's also important for them to understand what it is that you create. See, for you think
You think I'm gonna get into FL Studios anytime soon? Probably not.
yeah. He literally was a producer before he was this.
I said me.
No, but you're thinking of you. We're thinking of
'Cause
an
I think-
audience that's like everybody here is multi-talented.
Yeah, cause like I think for like an artist, regardless if a songwriter you have to work with an artist. The artist, a videographer is no way you're going around it. There's
Yeah.
no way.
I get
no
that.
way.
I get that.
There's no way
Literally,
around
same
it.
thing with photography. That's why when they look at the picture, they just want the shit to look good. Some do. Some actually will get in depth and they want to know what you're doing, why you're doing it.
I get what you're saying.
You know, so I get what you're saying too.
Because I know like GFB, if he's listening to this, he's like, bro, I don't give a fuck. Talk about art brushes right now.
Yo.
Or I'm cutting this shit off.
like real talk though, and you're not wrong. But there, like I said, there's just in this case for this content, we have those people.
No, I was just
who
poking
watch
fun.
it.
I was just poking fun.
All right, I'm on your ass.
But George
bro.
gonna message me like, what the fuck was that episode about, bro? Can you explain to me what a R4 is? I don't know.
Bro, but it's a good thing that we do. But I don't want to get too stuck on that. Long story short is like you just learn over time like what's needed, what's heavily needed, what's important and why it's important. I literally got the A7 III because I was like I want to record some video, but the pictures I take, I know they're high quality and I know how to take pictures and what I want a picture of. So when I do that and I do edits, oh my gosh, it's ridiculous. Now, we'll also say this too. A lot of people don't know. Like you said about basically learning your value, but learning different avenues, which is something I want to talk about. Learning different avenues also is impactful. Video itself is an avenue. Can you tell me what the impact of videography is? You know, and I'm not going to compare it to photography. There's a huge difference. But what the impact of video is, why it's needed, what is important about visuals and video? What's the impact of it to you?
I mean, for me, I understand that out of any content, music, pictures, video it hits more senses than anything. So it's very influential. And that's where people begin to deviate. So some people use video for bad things, people use video for good things, you know.
What bad things are you talking about? I guess it's true. Yeah, it makes sense.
I mean, you have, you know, I feel like everybody has his I feel like
someone argue that is
right,
good, but
right.
I think
You know, I feel that
I think it's good.
I think it just depends on the individual and what they want to promote.
True.
As I say, there's powers that be that for sure don't present black people in the best light.
Very true.
So I feel like I kind of want to confront that and ensure that I'm shedding light on black professionals and black people that are doing more things than what you typically see us do, like either doing something in entertainment or sports.
Yep,
That's so true.
Like my scheduling system, I may pronounce this wrong, but it's called Calendly, I believe is the name of it. Yeah, that is a company that's founded in Atlanta, has a net worth of $3 billion.
Really?
Wow.
CEO is a black man.
Ooh, shouts out.
Yeah.
You got to turn there. You go. Yeah.
That's crazy. Hold on, let's get some.
Yeah.
Let's get some more. Calendly.
Yeah.
I will switch to that right now.
And people don't even people have no idea. This thing is worth.
I think we hit a thing. We got to.
Yeah, this thing has a.
difficulties out of the way.
It was evaluated for a net worth of $3 billion.
That's ridiculous.
I didn't even hear the B, bro. I heard the
Like
I heard the alien.
Billion.
I heard the alien, and that's all I thought. That's crazy.
Yep,
Billion.
$3 billion.
What a special place here in Atlanta for where a person like us could have all black clientele, have a mostly all black ecosystem, which is one of the things that shout out to Killer Mike that he did that I always loved is that you can kind of get a more black ecosystem more easier here than probably any other city. So if you're here and you're black, here's the place to do it.
I watched Slutty Vegan become like a literal franchise.
Shout out to all my clients that are 85% black. Thank you for supporting everything that's on my face right now and everything that's on my head right now.
Actually, I would agree to that.
It's nice to know where there's a place because we could talk about it a little bit. The truth of the matter is, people that work with black people can relate to us. You know, if I came, you know, my locks apparently weren't seen in the greatest light in every single space.
Yeah.
But of course, with folks that look like us, or maybe people that can relate to our background, we can get some, maybe not sympathy, but more a streamlined connection with people that look like us.
Absolutely.
So when it comes to being black and working with black folks, how is the love and the ecosystem? I can't want to use ecosystem. Been since you've been here?
We can call it ecosystem.
I just feel like representation matters. I feel like just like a white person, I don't think it's racist. I think a white person would feel comfortable working with somebody white just off the jump.
Yeah.
Not to say that other races don't work with each other, but I think initially you feel comfortable. I say that. So working with black people and they see that you're black, but you carry yourself in your business in a very professional manner, that's something that they just absolutely love and adore.